Thank you. Council members, will you please take your seats? Mr. Sergeant at Arms, will you please call our September 13th council meeting to order, please? I would like to recognize our chaplain of the day, and that's Minister Anthony Muhammad of the Nation of Islam, invited by yours truly. The prayer will immediately be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Minister Muhammad, please lead us in prayer.
In the name of Almighty God, the beneficent, the merciful, we say all praises to thee, the Lord of the worlds, the beneficent, the most merciful, Master of the day of judgment. Thee do we serve, and thine aid do we seek. And we ask that you guide us on your straight path, the path of those whom you have bestowed favor in, not the path of those whom your wrath is brought down upon, nor of those who go astray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chair Jones.
Colleagues, greetings. Be it hereby known that Minister Anthony Muhammad, in recognition of a life of exemplary qualities, outstanding service to the city, and meritorious involvement in humanitarian affairs, and demonstrated concern for governmental processes, has been appointed Chaplain of the Day by the Memphis City Council, and is hereby entitled to all of the honors, rights, privileges, and prerogatives appertaining to the office, and to the display of this certificate given under seal on this 13th day of September 2022, signed by Chairman, presented by the Memphis City Council. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. It's just a small token of our appreciation. And colleagues, I just wanted to use this opportunity. I know that we have another item up on the agenda for today, and that's going to be celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. I wanted this opportunity, inviting Minister Muhammad here to celebrate the diversity of our city, the diversity of beliefs, the diversity of how we worship and to whom we worship. So I thought it was important to invite Minister Muhammad here. And next month, we're going to celebrate that diversity again. So thank you again, Mr. Reverend Muhammad. Madam Comptroller, will you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Mcconnell. Here. Carlisle. Here. Colbert. Here. Dockery. Here. Easter Thomas. Ford. Present. Johnson. Present. Logan. Present. Morgan. Here. Robinson. Vice Chairman Smiley.
Oh, I'm here.
Warren. Present. Chairman Jones.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum. Thank
you, Madam Comptroller. Mr. Smiley, have you read the minutes for our August 23rd and September 1st meetings, sir?
I have.
Will you please move it?
Electronically, sure will.
And Madam Controller, would you prepare this item for the vote? Yes. Council members, please cast your votes.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbeck, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Welcome to the September 13th, 2022 meeting of the Memphis City Council. Comment cards are available for members of the public wishing to speak on a specific item. Our Sergeant at Arms has agendas available up front. Please be mindful that all cards must be completed in their entirety, including the item number you wish to speak on. Cards that do not include an item number or are left blank will be held until the end of the meeting of the general comment section. All those wishing to speak on an item must turn in their comment card to the Sergeant at Arms before the item is called. As chair, will only recognize citizens that properly registered to speak by submitting a completed comment card to the Sergeant at Arms. Madam Controller, for the record, item number 16 has been withdrawn, and we have no items to be held for today.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Colleagues and members of the viewing and members of the public that are present, it has been a difficult week for us all since we last convened, a couple of weeks since we've last convened. So at this moment, I would like to take a moment of silence to recognize those who we've lost in the past couple of weeks. Thank you. Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 1?
Item number 1 is a resolution commemorating September as Hispanic Heritage Month. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilwoman Logan.
Councilwoman Logan, you're recognized as you make your way to the podium.
Stand Bill next.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair, and good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to read this resolution for your hearing. And also, Jose is going to read it in Spanish as well. So, whereas, when worthy circumstances arise, the Memphis City Council, and by extension to the citizens of Memphis, has seen fit to honor and commemorate great citizens of this community for their contributions. The United States draws great strength and beauty from immigrant communities, and this month we pay respect and admiration for the Hispanic community.
Considerando que cuando surgen circunstancias dignas al Ayuntamiento de Memphis y por extensión los ciudadanos de Memphis, ha considerado apropiado honrar y conmemorar a los grandes ciudadanos de esta comunidad por sus contribuciones, los Estados Unidos obtienen una gran fuerza y belleza de las comunidades de inmigrantes y este mes le pagamos respeto y admiración a la comunidad hispana y
Whereas nationally celebrated from September 15th to October 15th of each year, Hispanic Heritage Month recognizes the far-ranging achievements and contributions as well as histories and cultures of American citizens whose ancestors came from Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America.
Considerando que celebrado a nivel nacional del 15 de septiembre al 15 de octubre de cada año, el mes de la herencia hispana reconoce los logros y contribuciones de largo alcance, así como las historias y culturas de los ciudadanos estadounidenses cuyos antepasados vinieron de México, el Caribe y América Central y del Sur.
Whereas the day of September 15th is significant because it is the anniversary of independence for Latin American countries, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. In addition, Mexico and Chile celebrate their Independence Days on September 16th and 18th, respectively.
Considerando que el día 15 de septiembre es significativo porque es el aniversario de la independencia de los países de Latinoamérica, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras y Nicaragua. Además, México y Chile celebran sus días de independencia el 16 y 18 de septiembre, respectivamente, y
Whereas with Hispanic population over 60 million in the United States and over 65,000 with Hispanic backgrounds here in Shelby County, we recognize the many cultural, social, political, artistic, and culinary contributions Hispanic communities have made as we see the influences in every aspect of our daily lives. And
considerando que una población hispana de más de 60 millones en los Estados Unidos y más de 65,000 con antecedentes hispanos aquí en el condado de Shelby, reconocemos las muchas contribuciones culturales, sociales, políticas, artísticas y culinarias que las comunidades hispanas han hecho al ver las influencias en todos los aspectos de nuestra vida diaria.
whereas to celebrate in Memphis this year, please join the Hispanic community and Casa Teatro, bilingual theater group for Latin Fest 2022 on Saturday, September 24th, 2022, a family-oriented Latin festival that provides a place to enjoy Latin music, food, crafts, and fun for families and friends. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Memphis City Council recognizes September 15th to October 15th, 2022 as Hispanic Heritage Month and joins the nation in celebrating the many achievements and contributions of the Hispanic community. Given by my hand under the Great Seal of the City of Memphis, this 13th day of September 2022, Rhonda Logan, District 1, Chairman Martavius Jones.
Considerando que para celebrar en Memphis este año, únase a la comunidad hispana y al grupo de teatro bilingüe Casa Teatro para el Latin Fest 2022, el sábado 24 de septiembre de 2022, un festival latino orientado a la familia que ofrece un lugar para disfrutar de música latina, comida, manualidades y diversión para familiares y amigos. Ahora, por lo tanto, se resuelva que el Ayuntamiento de Memphis reconozca del 15 de septiembre al 15 de octubre de 2022 como mes de la herencia hispana y se una la nación para celebrar los muchos logros y contribuciones de la comunidad hispana, dado por mi mano bajo el gran sello de la ciudad de Memphis este 13 de septiembre 2022, representante Rhonda Logan, presidente Martavius Jones. And now we'll bring up.
Well, before that, Ms. Logan, do you so move?
Oh, so sorry. And I so move.
Okay. And second by Covett, and with no objection, this item is approved.
Sorry, Chair, got a little caught up. And now I'm going to let Jose introduce our guest today.
All right, so this is Dory Manfred from Casa Teatro, and she's brought along some of the group that's with her organizations, and they represent many Hispanic nations here within the city of Memphis.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for the time that you gave us today.
Buenas tardes. Good evening. My name is Dorimar Ferrer. I am the Executive Director of Casa Teatro Bilingual Theater Group. I am from Puerto Rico.
My name is Monica Sanchez. I'm the Artistic Director of Casa Teatro. I'm from Mexico. We want to take the time just to say thank you. The Latino community is growing every year, and it's time to recognize them. We are so happy to have people from the media, from the Spanish media, from business owners, and people from the community who are working really hard to make Memphis a better place. And we want to say thank you to all of you for opening your eyes and your hearts to the Hispanic community.
Queremos agradecer la oportunidad. Con nosotros está aquí los medios, están artistas, latines, dueños de negocios latinos aquí con nosotros. Están líderes comunitarios latinos que hacen de esta ciudad un lugar mejor.
We always say, the more you know about your neighbor, the better the community will be. So open your heart and your mind and learn about your neighbors, the Latinos. We are here and we are not going anywhere.
Thank you so much. Presenta. Presenta Danza Azteca.
We have, thank you, muchísimas gracias, thank you. We have a small presentation from Danza Azteca Quetzalcoatl. They have a small number for you guys. Muchísimas gracias.
Danza Azteca Quetzalcoatl.
Thank you. Thank you for that presentation. Madam Comptroller, will you call item number 2, please?
Item number 2 is a resolution celebrating Stan Bell and his retirement from Memphis Shelby County Schools, all council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Smiley.
Councilman Smiley, you are recognized, sir.
Thank you, Chairman. It's with great honor and respect for the bell ringer that I bring this resolution before this body. I'm gonna ask Mr. Stan Bell, doing it well, like a Duracell, to come up here. It's not too many times I get to stand in presence of someone who's so well respected in our community. So I'm gonna act like I have some sense today and read this resolution. Whereas on occasion, the Memphis City Council sees fit to honor those who have served and enriched their community. And Stan Bell is certainly worthy of celebration for his community involvement and commitment to students as he retires. We know that's a soft retirement for Stan Bell. From Memphis and Shelby County Schools after 29 years as an educator. And whereas Stan Bell is a native Memphian, product of Memphis City Schools, having attended Hyde Park Elementary, Valentine, Snowden, Cypress, and Northside High School, Mr. Bell went on to receive his undergraduate degree in mass communications from the University of Tennessee Barton and master's in EDS degrees from Union University in Jackson, Tennessee. And whereas Stan Bell has been an educator at Memphis Shelby County Schools since 1993, I think I was like 5. Having taught English and applied economics at his alma mater, Northside High School, and being careers and technology instructor, and teaching broadcasting at Wooddale High School. He is also involved professionally with the Kappa Delta Phi, an international honors organization for educators, and is past recipient of the Distinguished Role Model of the Year Award presented by the Memphis Alliance of Black School Educators. And whereas Stan Bell is a beloved member of the Memphis radio community, overall community at large, known as Stan the Man, as I know him, the bell ringer. He has been a DJ on various iconic radio stations over the years, including WDIA, V101, Hallelujah FM. Stan has recently named host of the Stan Bell Morning Show on WDIA, taking the helm of the 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. time slot for his late mentor and radio great, Bobby OJ. And whereas Stan Bell is married to his loving wife, Carla Bell, and is a proud father of 3 amazing sons, Matthew, Miles, and Makai. He is a member of the Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated and continues to serve as an energetic, beloved event host, DJ, bringing joy, fun, and fellowship to the events and radio airways throughout the Memphis area. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Memphis City Council congratulates Stan Bell on his retirement from the Memphis Shelby County Schools, commends him for years of service to the Memphis community, and wishes him continued success in his endeavors. Given under my hand, Councilman J.B. Smiley, on the 13th day of September. Can we all stand and give the bell ringer the love that he deserves? Not so fast. This council comes bearing gifts. All right. So you have a lot of good things in here.
Okay, I guess I've used this a time or two. So first of all, let me say thank you. I believe the 2 most important words in the language, thank you. Most important word, we, and least important, I. So to the council, thank you for all that you do. I don't take it lightly. Retiring with Memphis Shelby County Schools, now Memphis City Schools legacy. It has been an honor to serve. I think it was Dr. Mary Wright Elliman who said service is the rent we pay for living. And I believe that. So after 29 years, I think it was time for me to go to my next chapter, my first love, which is radio. And I know Chair Counsel Martavius Jones knows about the radio, his father being one of my mentors, Herb Nealon, and I've never forgotten what he said. He said, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. So I say thank you for the key. Thank you for the resolution. Thank you to Councilman Vice Chair Smiley and to all of the elected officials who are present. I do want to say this, serving as a teacher and an educator in the school system, it's been a blast, it's been a ball, working with the children. But now it's time to focus on the main thing, which is serving in the morning show capacity at the first black formatted radio station in the nation, which happens to be right here in Memphis, WDIA. So as it relates to the school system, I receive this with gratitude. So now I'm going to say, goodbye attention, hello pension.
Got to say the most important thing, and I so move.
And second, and there's no objection to this without objection. This has been, Mr. Bell. There's some big shoes that you will fill. I'm just grateful for all of the lives that you've touched. When I was on the school board, and Dr. Warren can say this, and Patrice can say this, when we were at the Teaching and Learning Academy, that was, those were the peoples whose lives that you touch. And I know that there are countless numbers of individuals, young men and young women that were inspired by you and who are working right now in media, mass communication. So thank you for the lives that you've touched in this community, Stan.
Thank you, Chairman Jones.
You're welcome.
Dr. Warren, thank you. Council at large, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Madam Comptroller, will you call item number 3, please?
Item number 3 is a resolution honoring Dr. Melissa Collins for her recognition as 2022 through 2023 Tennessee Teacher of the Year and 2022 Tennessee History Teacher of the Year. This is sponsored by all council districts.
Recognize.
Thank you so much. Let me first say it is an honor for me to stand here and to recognize Mrs. Collins. I had the opportunity last week to visit the school where she's currently teaching, John P. Freeman, and they gave her an outstanding celebration for this achievement that I'm about to introduce to you, and she is most deserving of it. It is so important that we always recognize those individuals who are making a difference for our future leaders. And she is truly one of those individuals who has dedicated her life in that capacity. Did you have company with you? Make sure they could come. Oh, sure, Coach, come on up. Good to see you. So let me read the resolution. And we have it for you today in that format. Whereas on occasions, the Memphis City Council sees fit to honor those who have served and enriched the community. And Dr. Melissa Collins is certainly worthy of celebration for her continued commitment and exceptional education of students and educational leadership. And whereas Dr. Melissa Collins is a 21-year veteran of the Memphis Shelby County School District, where she is a second grade teacher at John P. Freeman Optional School. And whereas Dr. Melissa Collins was recently named the 22 through 2023 Tennessee Teacher of the Year by the Tennessee Department of Education, and also the 2022 Tennessee History Teacher of the Year, an award given by the Gilda Lehrman Institute of American History. Following her Tennessee Teacher of the Year win, she will now serve on the Department Teachers Advisory Council in addition to representing Tennessee in the National Teacher of the Year competition. And whereas Dr. Melissa Collins has also previously been the recipient of numerous awards, including Amazon Future Engineer Teacher of the Year, National University Award, the Presidential Award for Excellence in Science, Teaching, and the West Tennessee Teacher of the Year, top 50 finalists for the 2018 Global Teacher Prize and was inducted into the National Teacher of Hall of Fame in 2020, making her the only 5th teacher from Tennessee to receive this honor, and from Memphis, too. Whereas Dr. Melissa Collins is a steadfast advocate for global learning, STEAM education, and high standards for all students. She has also mentored several teachers through the national board process, and she is a national board certified teacher in early education. Dr. Collins has also bridged policy and practice through her participation in several policy fellowships and has served as the NEA Foundation Global Fellow to Brazil and South Africa. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Memphis City Council does hereby congratulate Dr. Melissa Collins for her outstanding achievements as an educator and a well-deserved recognition as the 2022-23 Tennessee Teacher of the Year and the 2022 Tennessee History Teacher Year, given under the Grace Seal of the City of Memphis this 13th day of September, Chairman Martavius Jones and the entire City Council. Again, I am so proud of you. We are all proud of you and so grateful for the jobs that you've done. Continue working with, we need you, and keep going forward. Thank you again, and I so move.
Thank you so much for this recognition. It means so much to the teachers in Tennessee and to me. Teaching is very hard work, but we do it for the future generation. So I want to thank Memphis City Council, my district, Memphis Shelby County School District, my school, John P. Freeman Optional School, under the leadership of Dr. Coleman, all the Memphis teachers, students, and families, and I hope that we continue to support teachers in the spirit of the Tennessee Teacher of the Year Award. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to represent my city.
Congratulations again. And you so move, Ms. Johnson?
I so move.
Seconded by?
Ms. Smiley.
Okay, seconded by Smiley, and that item is approved without objection. Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 4?
Item number 4 is a resolution pursuant to Chapter 9.6 of the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code approving a planned development at the subject property located at 0 Appling Road. This resolution is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. It was held from 8/23. The case number is PD 22-16.
Thank you. Councilwoman Johnson? Light, please. Yep, there you go.
That came before committee, and I so move.
And when you do so electronically, please. Okay, has been moved by Johnson, seconded by Warren. Seeing no speakers in the queue, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote?
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Thank you. That item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you call item number 5, please?
Item number 5 is a resolution approving the physical closure of Hayden Street between South B.B. King Boulevard and East G.E. Patterson Avenue. This resolution is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is SAC 22-03.
Councilwoman Johnson.
Chair, we met in committee, and this item received a favorable motion, and I so move.
Okay, has been moved by Councilwoman Johnson, seconded by Councilman Ford. Seeing no speaker.
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbeck, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Thank you. That item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you call item number 29, please?
Take us to our add-on agenda. Item number 29 is a resolution to transfer and appropriate $65,000 in GO bond funding for safety improvements at the intersection of Sam Cooper and East Parkway, District 5, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Mcconnell, and there's a request for same-night minutes.
Councilman Smiley.
Mr. Chair, the committee may recommend approval, and I so move.
Okay.
Ish.
Has been moved by, moved electronically by Councilman Canale and seconded by Councilwoman Dockery. At this point, I'll turn it over to Councilman Canale. You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Colleagues, in July, William Mcconnell was crossing the intersection of Parkway and Sam Cooper and tragically lost his life. In working with engineering and the family, we've come up with some preliminary solutions to making the intersection of Sam Cooper and Parkway safer for all pedestrians. Today, there's members of William's family here and friends who wish to speak to us. And Mr. Chairman, with that, I'd like to move to the floor. First, I'd like to bring up Director Boleyn to explain the item, followed by friends and family of William to speak to us. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome. Mr. Boleyn.
Boleyn with the Division of Engineering. So we presented this item during the committee this afternoon. The improvements that are being proposed at this intersection includes advanced warnings with LED lights to provide additional advanced warnings to motorists that go through that intersection. In addition, we're also looking to implement a video detection system to help assist with those pedestrians that often do not use the walk buttons at those intersections. So hopefully, the video detections will supplement that effort and hopefully increase the safety in that intersection.
Colleagues, any questions for Director Belen? Seeing none, at this time, we have 3 speakers who would like to speak on this item. Each speaker will be afforded 2 minutes to speak. The first card that I have is from Rob Mcconnell. And he'll be followed by Bram BK and followed by Michael McConnell. And would you please state your name and address for the record, please?
Rob McConnell. I'm William's granddaddy. What I just heard was great. I mean, those improvements will make a huge difference. But I'd like to carry on a little further here. I don't have to tell you the number of children or pedestrians that are hit in the city, but a kid being hit in a crosswalk just shouldn't happen. We need change. It starts with funding, education, and enforcement. Funding is always an issue and has to be addressed in some manner to drive improvements, as we all know that. Our kids at an early age should understand how to use the crosswalk. This should be taught in schools and in social media platforms. However, the most important thing is for them to believe that a crosswalk is a safe place for them to cross the street. This means the crosswalks need to be reliable and have highly visible and easy to follow instructions. This falls into our hands to make sure crosswalks are safe. This should be achieved by some type of citizen overview, possibly integrating this into existing neighborhood watch programs. We met with the city engineering group, the bikeway pedestrians, and evidently, some of our comments were taken and actually improved upon with the crosswalk. And the fact that my grandson was colorblind, every crosswalk in this city should have audible buttons and for all students to receive driver's education. Enforcement of driving laws must evolve with more technology and greater police presence. I saw that item number 27 was on the docket, and that was a good thing too. I know the mayor's asked for this many times, and our police need to concentrate on Memphis and our streets. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and sorry for your loss. Next, we'll have Bram BK. And if you would state your name and home address for the record, please.
Yes, my name is Bram Borskofed. Everybody calls me Bram BK, though, for short. I want to thank the City Council for letting us speak. Within the past month, the city has lost a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old, all while crossing in a crosswalk to either get to school or get to a park. This is where we need to make our children safe, because they're going to places where they're supposed to go, schools and parks. Unfortunately, in William's case, there's been so much development going around Overton Park, yet there has been no thought in safety and how these children that are apartment complexes are being built right across the street from the park, yet we don't have working crosswalks or signage that's appropriate for keeping children and people safe. This needs to change. I'm so grateful to the city for making the changes almost immediately, but we need to go a step further and stop being reactive and start being proactive. The city needs to work closer with the developers in making sure when these buildings and complexes go up that there are safe ways for our children to get to the parks or to get to schools. This is a tragedy that could have been avoided. Also, just the ripple effect that it has on the community. William had 2 friends walking across that crosswalk with him that had to witness this. An 11-year-old and a 16-year-old that are going to carry this with them for the rest of their lives. My son, who William was walking to our house on that day, has been in trauma and grief counseling for the past few months dealing with this, and this will be something that he's going to carry with him for the rest of his life. I just ask that we start being more proactive and stop being reactive and stop with the tragedies and just start looking forward and making sure that we can keep our children safe in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next and final speaker is Michael McConnell.
I'm Michael Mcconnell. I'm William's father. I was born and raised in Memphis. It's always been home. I've left for brief moments and I've always returned. I love this city. Obviously, I'm sure you guys are all aware of the troubles that we've gone through in this city, and some of these things we can't do anything to fix. You can't fix the human condition. But what we can fix is, Memphis is ranked third in the nation for pedestrian safety, and not in a good way. We are the third worst in the nation for pedestrian safety. Then that's based on statistics from last year, I believe. We've got to do better. And it's not just my son. I mean, the young lady who lost her life. It's ridiculous that we lose children to things that
$100,000 in a year ago's budget cycle, specifically to look at traffic calming and pedestrian safety, and I haven't seen a single recommendation back from the administration. We sit in a position as part-time council members with a strong mere form of government and cannot demand directors do things, but in these certain instances, we wanted to be proactive and feel like that feedback hasn't come, so I'll stay within the charter's guidelines and strongly request that in the next 2 weeks, your department look very closely at the data that's out there, because $500,000 can go a long way, and if we need more, we'll find that too. Again, I'm very, very sorry for your loss, and we appreciate your advocacy and being here. Please stay with us on it. Thank you.
No. Don't see anybody else in the queue. Just a few comments.
And making sure we do everything that we possibly can to meet the needs of every citizen in the city. So again, I speak as a parent and I think as a part of this council and say, my heart is with you, my prayers are with you, and if there's anything that we can do, please feel free to let us know. Thank you again.
Thank you, Councilwoman Dockery. Madam Comptroller, will you please call our consent item agenda? I'm sorry, Miss. Would you prepare this item for the vote, Madam Comptroller? Thanks. Yes, item number 29. Yep.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colvett, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Thank you. That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call the consent agenda items, including items 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 26, with same night minutes requested.
Thank you. Item number 7 is a zoning ordinance. Up for first reading, amending ordinance number 5367 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Memphis, Tennessee, adopted on August 10th, 2010, as amended, known as the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code, to authorize a zoning use district reclassification for land located at 3595 Arnold Road, south side of Arnold Road, plus or minus 1,259 feet west of Getwell Road, by taking the land out of the residential urban-3 RU-3 use district and including it in the employment IMP use district. Up for first reading, this ordinance is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. The case number is Z22-04, ordinance number 5834. Item number 8 is also up for first reading. It's an ordinance amending, a zoning ordinance amending ordinance number 5367 of the Code of Ordinances, City of Memphis, Tennessee, adopted on August 10th, 2010, as amended, known as the Memphis and Shelby County Unified Development Code, to authorize a zoning use district reclassification for land located at 5481 Davidson Road by taking the land out of the Conservation Agriculture Use District and including it in the Employment Use District. Up for first reading, this ordinance is sponsored by the Division of Planning and Development. This case number is Z22-05. The related ordinance number is 5835. Item number 9 is a resolution approving the engineering plans for Glide Express Car Wash, 7555 US Highway 64, and accepting bond as security. There is a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5423. Item number 10 is a resolution approving the engineering plans for Polo Grounds North Plan Development, Topgolf, 3450 South Germantown Road, and accepting bond as security. There is a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5424. Our item number 11 is a resolution approving the engineering plan for VA Resource Center and Care Coordination and accepting bond as security. There is a request for same night minutes. The contract number is CR-5425. Item number 12 is a resolution approving the engineering plans for Clark Road Industrial and accepting bond as security. There is a request for same night minutes for this also, and that contract number is CR-5426. Mr. Chairman, that concludes our consent agenda items.
Thank you. Before I call for the vote on this item, colleagues, if there's no objection, there's an individual that submitted a card on number 7 that wanted to provide some comments on this project. I know it's not customary for us to do so, but to save a citizen from having to come down here on multiple times, if there's no objection, I'd like to recognize and give Ms. Mary Donnell 2 minutes to speak on this item. And Ms. Donald, if you would state your name and home address for the record, please.
Yes, my name is Mary Donald. My address is 3183 Bluebonnet Road, Memphis, Tennessee. I have a copy of the staff report, and I printed out pages 1 and pages 12 through 16. And this staff report indicates that this project is not consistent with the Memphis 3.0 plan, and the Land Use Control Board recommends that you, as a body, reject this plan. And I know this is the first reading of this, but I would hope that you all would consider what the Land Use Control Board is saying on this project. And normally I don't agree with what they are saying, but in this case I do. And I know that there are residents in the Oak Haven area that would agree as well. So to make it brief, I ask that you all vote in a consistent manner with what the Land Use Control Board is saying on this, and they are recommending that you reject it. That is all of my comments at this time. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Ms. Donald. Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote, please? Hold it from the first. Well, this is the entire consent agenda. She was just speaking on. Okay, so you have to. So, Councilwoman Easter Thomas, I need you to withdraw your second, and Mrs. Smiley withdraw your motion, and then, Madam Comptroller, will you? Well, at this time, I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda, excluding item number 7. Is there any objection?
Cheyenne has a question.
Councilwoman Johnson.
Excluding number 7.
There was a request to hold it.
On first reading? You sure where is first reading?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know it is not typical for our body to pull an item that is going through a zoning change on first reading. However, it's well within its discretion. And based on the fact that both DPD and Land Use Control Board have weighed in on rejection, what I would suggest this body do, and I think the motion is to pass consent agenda, hold this item for 2 weeks, have a presentation, Mr. Chairman, at the next council meeting during committee, and see if this body wants to proceed with it.
Okay. Councilman Covett.
Thank you. Mr. White?
Oh, I got you.
There
Yes,
we go.
sorry.
Mr. Whitehead, is this your case?
Yes, sir. Josh Whitehead, Birch Porter Johnson, 130 North Court. It is.
Okay. So if we hold for 2 weeks on a presentation, is that what we're basically asking for? Can you come back and present in 2 weeks?
I can do that, but we did have a presentation at this afternoon's Planning and Zoning Committee.
We did.
Okay, guys, I appreciate the questions. This is what we are going to do. We are going to have this thing come back to committee in 2 weeks, or the next available council meeting.
Well, colleagues, let me just weigh in on this. This item was heard in committee today. We are a committee of the whole, and this item did receive a favorable recommendation in committee. This is it still will have to go through the second and third reading in order to be approved. So
understood.
It would be my recommendation, we just let it take its natural course. And if anybody wants to, we'll have an opportunity to vote it up or down, either on third reading or at second reading, we can pull it then. But like I said, we heard it through, it can go through its normal course. I voted against it. So I don't see anything that will change my vote on this item, but I just say, let's just let it run its natural course. However you feel about this item, you'll have an opportunity to vote on it at that time.
I'll yield the floor.
Councilwoman Johnson?
Yes, and also we made it, emphasize the importance of the Mr. Whitehead, to get with that neighborhood. We wanted more community outreach in regards to this particular case. So we did discuss all of this previously, but we were just recognizing the fact and doing prior practice going ahead with the first reading. And if we receive any new information, we can stop it at the second or even at the third.
Now, what I would offer too, it's always the will of the body. We can move to suspend the rules, hear this item, and we can vote it down at this particular point. There's nothing preventing us from doing, if that's the will of the body. If not, I would just recommend that we let it run its natural course.
Oh,
So, yes, it took your life.
I'm okay with deferring to the chair's opinion, so long as that we are reminded, and this young lady isn't forced to come back down here.
Correct.
If we could get her comments to be read back into the record, either on second or third reading, so that she's not forced to have to come back down and make a second statement, I think I'd be okay with that.
Indeed, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thanks. Okay, well, actually, I would ask that you make your motion again, Councilman Smiley, and then you can also second it, Councilwoman Easter Thomas. Okay. Okay, so that's what we have, and if you have your screen up, the screen is to approve the entire consent agenda, including item number 7.
Yeah.
So, if, council members, will you cast your vote on the consent agenda?
Good job, y'all.
Has all council members had an opportunity to cast the votes?
I will call your name, Mr. Ford. Cannelli, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbeck, yes. Dockery, yes. Ford, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you please call the fiscal consent agenda?
That would take us to item number 13, a resolution accepting and appropriating the sum of $10,000 funded by the State of Tennessee Humanities Grant chargeable to the FY23 State of Tennessee General Grant 2022-1 for the Memphis Heritage Trail South City History Project, number CD 90153. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by the Division of Housing and Community Development. There is a request for same-night minutes. Item number 14 is a resolution accepting and appropriating the sum of $40,000 funded by the State of Tennessee Commission on Aging and Disability to support senior center operations and programming. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Memphis Parks. There is a request for same night minutes. On our add-on agenda, we have item number 26, a resolution to amend the council FY23 grant allocations. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Ford. There's a request for same night minutes.
Okay.
That concludes our fiscal consent agenda items, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. May I have a motion on our consent agenda? It has been moved by Councilwoman Johnson, seconded by Councilwoman Easter Thomas. Madam Comptroller, I don't see anyone in the queue. Would you please prepare our consent items for vote?
Cannelli, yes. Carlisle, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 27?
Item number 27 on our add-on agenda is a resolution requesting immediate and substantial assistance from the State Highway Patrol and Shelby County Sheriff's Office for a strategic intervention to allow for increased neighborhood patrol by the Memphis Police Department. This resolution is sponsored by the Memphis City Council, and there is a request for same-night minutes.
Councilwoman Logan.
Thank you, Chair. The committee met and recommended approval, and I so move.
Okay, Councilwoman Logan, did you want to expound on your revised resolution?
I appreciate that. Just want to make certain that we understand I know everyone has seen in the media, and we all know as a body what's going on. We had a lengthy conversation this morning and discussion and commitment to doing all that we can do to make certain that we fortify our men and women in blue, our Memphis PD, and working together as a body to continue the conversation on solutions. And so one thing that we know, we've known for a while and are requesting and putting forth is this resolution requesting immediate and substantial assistance, making certain that everybody, all hands on deck and all agencies are here in our city, giving the support that's needed so that MPD can increase community policing and increase patrolling the streets and be more visible and be more engaged until we get the complement that this body approved of 2,500. We're right now at 1950. We're not even at 2,000. And so between now and then, we need some immediate steps and some that's going to be substantial. So we're asking for Highway Patrol as well as Sheriff's Office to come and work with our police department so that they can increase what they're doing, their efforts. And we do thank them for the service that they have given us over these past few weeks and all that they've had to endure, but we need some immediate relief. They need some immediate assistance, and that's what this is being put forth for. So we, as a body, are doing all that we can and will continue the efforts. And we ask all of the citizens of Memphis to join in committee and listen in committee and be engaged in this process. I know many have voiced their opinions and their concerns and their outrage and everything else. Now we need for you to get involved. And so that means being a part of these, listening to the committee meetings and doing all that you can do, whether it's volunteering, because we know that it's going to take more than police, but this particular one, this particular resolution is to ask for that support. And I just want to thank all of my colleagues for all of us just being on the same page and looking for solutions. So with that, I so move.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Okay, so it has been moved electronically by Councilwoman Logan, seconded by Councilwoman Easter Thomas. I do have a card from a Leanne Roman. Ms. Roman, before I call you up, are you specifically wanting to make remarks about this resolution engaging the State Highway Patrol and the Shelby County Sheriff's Office for strategic partnerships, or are your comments of general public safety? If so, we'd have to hear those after we've heard all of the other business items. Ma'am? It is this item? More general public safety. Okay, so we'll hear from you a little bit later. Okay, Madam Comptroller, will you please prepare the screen so we can vote on item number 27, please?
Canale, yes. Carlisle, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 28?
Item number 28 on our add-ons is a resolution to transfer and appropriate construction funds in the amount of $12,956.75, major modification fire roof replacement for CIP project number GS01038, District 1, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by General Services, and there is a request for same-night minutes.
Okay. Councilman Smiley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The committee met recommended approval. And I so move.
Okay. Motion has been made by Councilman Smiley, seconded by Councilwoman Johnson. Seeing no council members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare the screen for the vote?
On the wrong side.
Council members, if you would please cast your votes.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
Thank you. That item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 15?
That will take us to our appointments. Memphis Tree Board, there's a reappointment of Wesley Hopper. Memphis and Shelby County Air Pollution Finance Board, appointment Dr. David Lavelle. Memphis and Shelby County Film and Television Commission, appointment Robin Orgel.
Okay, Councilwoman Easter Thomas.
And I so move.
Will you do so electronically? Okay, that item has been moved by Councilwoman Easter Thomas, seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Seeing no council members in the queue, will you prepare this item for the vote, please?
Canali, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item number 17.
Item number 17 is a resolution to approve transit service to West Memphis, Arkansas, all council districts. This resolution is sponsored by MATA.
Councilman Canali.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee met, recommended approval on this item. Before I move it to the floor, I would like to call Mayor Marco McClendon from West Memphis, who is with us today, to speak on this item. And with that, I move it, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. May I have a second on this item? It has been moved and seconded. Second by Councilwoman Easter Thomas. Mayor McClendon, welcome.
Good evening. I'm so excited to be before you all this evening and happy to be here. I'm so honored that you all may be considering passing this measure to reconnect our region. First of all, let me say, I want to say thank you to Mala, who has been exceptional, from Andre to Gary to John, Bakara, Mia, the whole staff, and all of you. I thank you all for giving us this time. Reconnecting our region is so important for us, and I think it's so important because right in West Memphis, I make the joke sometimes and say that we so close to Memphis that we can go to the old bridge and walk right across the bridge and be right there in West Memphis. That's how close we are. So I just want to be able to connect our region, have more of the individuals that work in Memphis, that lives in West Memphis, to come over and have a better way to get back and forth to work, as well as those who come in and enjoy eating here, shopping here, and doing different things in our city. As well as in West Memphis, we have so many veterans, senior citizens, regular citizens who need ways to the doctor offices, back and forth to work, simply just going to get their children something to eat, and reestablishing this relationship between the city of West Memphis and Mala is so important to our city. It's going to be great for our city. I think we'll be a great partner to the city of Memphis if you all consider and pass this measure and helping us make this happen.
Thank you, Mayor. Welcome again. Seeing no other council members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes. Councilwoman Dockery, also yes.
That item passes. You're welcome. Madam Comptroller, will you please call item number 18?
Item number 18 is a resolution to allocate funding to Crime Stoppers of Memphis and Shelby County. All council districts. This resolution is sponsored by Councilman Ford and Carlisle.
Okay. Councilman Carlisle, you are recognized.
I had some homework to do, and I didn't quite do it. I need to look at the copy really quickly. This was a resolution that we had the funding coming out of the council's program, but what I think the best thing to do is probably amend the resolution to strike the councils and pull this from Community Affairs, the Executive Division, Community Affairs, Professional Services line.
Okay. And do we have a dollar amount associated with it?
It's the same, 25,000.
25,000, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so.
Yeah, that's a motion to,
Is that a motion?
Yes, sir.
Or well, we could take that as you as a maker, is there any objection to changing that line item?
Nope.
Okay.
Awesome. So I would move this as amended, Chair.
Okay. So this item has been moved as amended that we allocate funding to Memphis Crime Stoppers of Memphis and Shelby County as amended, moved by Councilman Ford, seconded by Councilman Carlisle.
And Chair, I would say, obviously, we're doing this from the floor, and I apologize. I'll make sure that by the next meeting, before we ratify the minutes, that's sent in writing to the body.
Okay.
So everybody can review it.
Great. So it has been moved as amended. And if there are no other council members in the queue, Madam Comptroller, will you please prepare item number 18 for the vote?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, item number 19, please.
Item number 19 is a resolution requesting the approval to donate city-owned parcel located at 0 Hurd Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, and further described as parcel ID number 043-027-0003 to Woodstock Bio LLC, District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by General Services.
Okay. Councilman Smiley.
Committee may recommend approval, and I so move.
Okay, has been moved by Councilman Smiley, seconded by Councilwoman Easter Thomas. Seeing no council members in the queue, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare
Parcel in the amount of $800 located at 0 Calvert Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, and further described as parcel ID number 043-023-0025, District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by General Services.
Vice Chairman Smiley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The committee may recommend approval, and I so move.
Okay, has been moved by Vice Chair Smiley, seconded by Councilwoman Dockery. Seeing no speakers in the queue, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote? Cash vote.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbeck, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, please call item 22.
Item number 22 is a resolution requesting the approval to donate city-owned property, a parcel located at 0 Avalon, Memphis, Tennessee, and further described as parcel ID number 020046-00100, District 5, Super District 9. This resolution is sponsored by General Services.
Councilman Smiley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The committee may recommend approval, and I so move.
Okay. That item has been moved by Vice Chairman Smiley, seconded by Councilman Warren. Seeing no council members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote?
Canali, yes. Colbeck, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, will you call item 23, please?
Thank you. Number 23 is a resolution to accept and amend by appropriating the budget, expenditure, and revenues for a division of HCD Weatherization Programs FY 2022 Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program Weatherization Grant Amendment in the amount of $603,676.18. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by the Division of Housing and Community Development.
Councilman Covent.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Thank you, sir. That item is moved by Councilman Covent, seconded by Councilwoman Logan. Seeing no council members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you please prepare the item for the vote?
For the 2022 Taste of Memphis in the amount of $20,000. All council districts, this resolution is sponsored by the Division of Housing and Community Development.
Councilman Covent.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Committee recommends approval, and I so move.
Okay, this item has been moved by Councilman Covette, seconded by Councilwoman Logan. Seeing no council members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Madam Comptroller, item number 25, please.
Item number 25 is a resolution to accept, allocate, and appropriate grant funds in the amount of $10,528 for Memphis Public Libraries from the State of Tennessee Office of the Secretary of State, Tennessee State Library and Archives, District 7, Super District 8. This resolution is sponsored by Library Services.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Committee of Public Services, Arts, Youth Initiatives, Libraries, and Neighborhoods did meet for the 4th time this year and recommended approval, and I so move.
Okay, that item has been moved by Councilman Carlisle, seconded by Councilwoman Easter Thomas. Seeing no council members in the queue to speak on this item, Madam Comptroller, will you prepare this item for the vote? Ready for saying 9 minutes?
I got it. It's right here.
You have 3 yes.
It's right here.
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Smiley, Vice Chairman, yes. Warren, yes. And Chairman Jones, yes.
Thank you, Madam Comptroller.
My
that
pleasure.
item passes. That brings us to our same night minutes. Vice Chairman Smiley, would you please read the same night minutes into the record?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The same 9 minutes are items 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 26, 27, 28, and 29. And I so move.
Okay, has been moved by Councilman Smiley, seconded by Councilman Carlisle. Seeing no council members in the queue to speak on this item, will you please prepare this item for the vote, Madam Comptroller?
Canali, yes. Carlisle, yes. Colbert, yes. Dockery, yes. Easter Thomas, yes. Ford, yes. Johnson, yes. Logan, yes. Morgan, yes. Vice Chairman Smiley, yes. Warren, yes. Chairman Jones, yes.
That item passes. Colleagues, that brings us to our meeting section where we hear public comments. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 comment cards here. The first we'll hear from Leanne Roman. And when you come to speak, would you please state your name, home address for the record? And she'll be followed by Belinda Karush, followed by Mr. Dennis Lynch, and then we'll call the others after that.
My name is Leanne Roman, and I live at 401 Meadville Road in Memphis.
Okay, you have 2 minutes to speak, ma'am.
Thank you. I've spent most of my adult life in Memphis and consider it my adopted hometown. I really love Memphis. One of the primary roles of government is public safety, and the public in Memphis is not safe. People are murdered here nearly every day. It's becoming so common that I fear we will become desensitized, but we can't, because that would truly dishonor the memory of those who have been murdered. People like my work colleague who was shot through her car window, people like the Rhodes student who died in a home invasion, and people like Eliza Fletcher, who was just going for a run. All those murders and many more happened in the last 12 months. I'm very grateful to our police officers for their important work, but Memphis doesn't have an adequate number of police. And the patrolmen in Memphis make less than any other suburb except Millington, according to the Memphis Police Association. Memphis has substantially more murders than other large cities. We have tripled the number of murders as our sister city, Nashville. In 2021, Memphis had 346 murders, while Nashville had 101. We have more murders than Detroit.
That city had 309 murders in 2021 with a population of 639,000. The Detroit Police Department has 2,500 officers, a goal our city has been trying to reach for years. Detroit also saw a decline in murder between 2020 and 2021. As you know, Memphis currently has about 1,900 officers, which is 600 behind the goal set by the Memphis City Council. Memphis has been struggling with staffing since the pension and insurance benefits for officers was cut in 2014. As we all look back at a terrible week in Memphis, I believe you, our leaders, need to have a true sense of urgency about addressing this problem in a comprehensive way. We need more officers, and one way to recruit them is to make significant improvements to their pay and benefits. I see I'm running out of time. Crime is crippling our city. Addressing crime is complicated, but the first step we can make is investing in our law enforcement as the #1 priority ahead of everything else. Otherwise, no one will want to move here, and residents will continue to relocate to safer cities. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Belinda Karush, and I apologize if I've mispronounced your name.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is an impromptu stop on my way to line dancing, so pardon my attire here. Just very quickly, I had some pictures passed around of Gooch Park. I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to see it. My major concern is with the disrepair of Gooch Park. Gooch Park, I don't think, has had any significant structural changes since it has been built. And you have what appears to be peeling paint on there. I don't know if that's lead paint. So my immediate concern is if that presents any health issues or any health risk with regard to the peeling paint that's on the gates surrounding Gooch Park. And I don't see anything in Memphis 3.0 or Accelerate Memphis to address Gooch Park. And it's been around forever. So I would like for that to be put on the list of parks to be upgraded. The pavilion, the roof on top of the pavilion is all battered and it's just a mess. So I would really appreciate if there was some consideration with regard to Gooch Park, as well as Hollywood Community Center and stuff. I don't see any changes or any plans to make any changes with regard to all our parks in North Memphis in 38108. And 38108, from my understanding, is the second poorest zip code in the city of Memphis. We need some attention, we need some respect.
All right.
And I'm here before you today to ask you all to have someone to check out that paint around there to make certain there are not any immediate health risks, #1, and #2, to put us on the list to make some structural changes to Gooch Park. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Next, we have Councilwoman Easter Thomas.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mrs. Karush, for coming and sharing that and sharing those pictures with the council. Just to give a kind of quick response, as far as Gooch Park, we have had the basketball court refurbished, resurfaced as long as with the pool, and had a new mural installed by local artist Jamon Bullock as well. But Gooch Park is on the list for discussions with Director Walker to try to see what else that we can do to add to the park. As well as, we've also done the tennis courts across the street at University and also put up those staples so that we can no longer have people parking on the grass anymore. But we are in talks about what possibly can happen with Gooch in the future, and that will probably be under a new mayor's administration.
Okay. Thank you, Councilwoman Easter Thomas. Next, we'll hear from Mr. Dennis Lynch, who will be followed by Mrs. Yvonne and David Acey, followed by Joe Kent and Reginald Upshaw. We'll close this out.
Men and women.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
David L. Hasey, 5340 Normal Road, Memphis, Tennessee, 38109. I'd like to publicly thank Mayor Jim Strickland, the Chair and Vice Chair of the City Council, for recognizing African April at their April 13th meeting and presenting to us the keys to the city. We want to really thank you all for that prestigious award. And as we look forward to Festival 26 in April of 2023. So I just want to publicly say that and really thank y'all for the appreciation. We're known all over the world. We're international, African everywhere. Thank you for your continued support of African April from the Board of Directors of the City of African April. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon. I'm Yvonne B. Acey. I'm the Associate Director of African April, Culture and Associates Incorporated, Memphis, Tennessee. Again, as David mentioned, we're here to congratulate you on your efforts and what you did for African April in 2022. And before that time, we know there was some not on board at that time, but now it's time for you to get on board because we're getting ready for 2023. And I want to say a quote. It's a rare person who can take care of business and heart and take care of business at the same time, and that's what you're doing for us, and we appreciate you. We're looking forward to your 2023. We know you're going to be involved. Our theme, as I said before, is to make sure we celebrate internationally on Beale Street, Robert R. Church Park, and the Ida Wells, as we look forward to showcase Memphis, Tennessee around the world in various mediums: education, economics, culture, fashions, arts, crafts, music, history, cuisines, and diversity. Please join us, African April Cultural and Associates Incorporated, Memphis, Tennessee, 2022, 23, and beyond. Thank you so much, and let's travel together. What a journey. We appreciate you with love. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs.
One other
Acey.
additional comment. The mayor of West Memphis, we've already he came to the festival, and we're going to cooperate with him and include West Memphis.
Thank you. Mr. Joe Kent.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Joe Kent, 5111 Flamingo. I often talk to a local civil rights icon, an elderly one, and I don't know what happened today on the curfew, but they say that they want to bring back the curfew and remember the good old days when there was a shotgun and a dog in every car. And that's exactly what they told me. A couple of notes here from past meetings. Chance Carlisle mentioned on the record the $10 million garage loan for the landing. That is a 2% 50-year loan or a $6 million grant. The landing opened almost 2 years ago, and no payments have yet been made on the loan. Next, it is impossible for you to effectively leverage tax dollars if you do not know of the tax dollars that exist on quasi-board balance sheets. And based on questioning, it appears nationally search designate Paul Young is paid not to know. I do appreciate you getting that on the record, Chairman Jones. I am trying to get a copy of the Memphis Museum Incorporated financials, so I'm looking into that. I don't know if any of you are paying attention to that. I was wondering if, based on what I sent you, Chairman Jones, if you were able to confirm the DMC debt to the city of $11 million, which will be $14 million by the time the loan matures in 2034 for the Peabody Place garage. And next, I'm still looking for the 2023 budget published. That's a product of the City Council. It's not a product of the administration, Ms. Ford's office, but I would really like to know about that too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. Next, we have Mr. Reginald Upshaw as our final speaker. Good evening.
Reginald Upshaw,
935 Joseph Place, Memphis, Tennessee, 38107. Okay, I brought this issue up to Ms. Eastern Thomas a while ago, but there's so much going on in my neighborhood that it just kind of like overlooked it. I overlooked it until today when I'm driving past Dave Wells, and there are 4 schools in 107, and there's 1 community center, but there's not 1 yellow flashing light at any place that indicates that there's children present, coming or going. You know, there's no crosswalk. I mean, there probably is a crosswalk, but there's no speed sign, there's no flashing lights, there's no crossing guards. Especially at Dave Wells, you know, on Chelsea, there should be something there that indicates that there's children. You know, it makes the kids feel like somebody that cares about them. And, you know, anyway, I passed by today, and it came back to my memory because there's so many things going on that I'm trying to do in this neighborhood. But I had to come here before calling Ms. Thomas. You know, normally I would call her, but the meeting was happening today. The issue brought up again today, so I'm here. No disrespect, Ms. Easter, okay? I'm here because the opportunity was open to me. But if we could just make it a state law in Tennessee that wherever there's children gathering, that yellow lights, caution lights, crossing guards, or something is put there, and not just make it something that I have to throw on Ms. Thomas. It should be a state law, regardless to what area it is in, that children should be cared for or protected. That's what I'm asking for.
Thank you, Ms. Upshaw. Councilwoman Easter Thomas, and then Councilman Ford. You're in the queue. Both of y'all in here.
Thank you for coming. And I think Councilman Ford is probably going to say what I'm going to say.
What you're talking about was the issue today that we brought up, okay? They're going to come back in 2 weeks and let us know on all these different areas, especially around the schools. And when we appropriated money, and Easter Thomas was the one that brought up the money, and I bagged her. I was a co-sponsor of that particular money during that time. Okay, but in 2 weeks, we're going to know, because I told them, hey, our children, hey, we got to make sure that they are safe. So, yes, there you go. There you go. And that's what we talked about today, and I think everybody, all of us on the same accord with that today. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right.
Thank you for coming down and sharing your concerns with us. Colleagues, that brings us to the end of our meeting agenda. I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Move it. Okay, without objection.